Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are here set for a volleyball game between the Solano Lady Falcons and the Los Medanos Mustangs. You're tuned in to SCSN, the Solano College Sports Network, inside the Solano Gymnasium in beautiful Fairfield, California. As always, I am your play-by-play, Michael McLeod, joined here with newcomer Kareem Walton. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, brother. How's it going, Mike?
Well, I'm excited. We have a new revamped Solano team. What do you see out of this Solano team this year?
Well, first things first, we got Gabby Silva, who was heart and soul of the team last year, MVP, and, she's not with the squad no longer. But we do have Michaela Salazar and Hope Driscoll. Maybe they can fill that huge void that Miss Silva last year.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. She's leaving a big hole, big shoes to fill.
Definitely, definitely. And Solano's getting off to a slow start this year with a 4-5 non-conference record. But beginning conference play today, maybe they can start off good and extend their winning streak to 3.
They have won the last 2 games. And on this Los Medanos side, you have to look no farther than Taylor Scriven, who led the league in hits last year. Also coming back, Taylor Morgan, the libero for this Los Medanos squad, and also Jade Hall. She's a middle hitter. They don't have a lot of size on this squad, but they dig really well. They hit really well. It should be a fun game.
Definitely, definitely.
Good up by Kiana Layu. Free ball.
And a nice defense right there at the net for the Lady Falcons.
So Vanessa Pimentel, the setter, serving first. And Jade Hall just misses it there.
Again, nice defense right at the net for the Lady Falcons.
Well, you don't have to play a lot of defense when you can't get it over the net. But just a little slight mishap up by De Jesus. And Alyssa McDermott misses it there. Alyssa McDermott's going to need to step up. Solano lost 3 out of their top 4 hitters. So,
and definitely as a freshman, she's probably going to have a little jitters in there. So let's see how she pans out the rest of the match.
Yeah, a lot of new faces on both of these teams. That one just finds a hole. Brianna Kristek can't get to it.
Couldn't quite get to that ball, but nice effort by Lady Falcon, number 15.
Yeah, Kristek sporting a new number this year. Ooh, and that one just finds the back corner. Everybody thought it was going to be out on that Falcons team, but good set over.
Definitely looked like the Lady Falcons prematurely gave up on that ball, but like you said, it found the left side of the corner here.
Yeah, well, you're taught if it goes in the back row and it goes over your head, let it go.
Yes.
And that's a double from the sure-handed Aubrey De Jesus, number 5. And she's the only setter on this Los Medanos team. She needs to make sure she has a good game. But here's Gina Smith serving. Good up by Kiana. Over on 2. Set up. Good up by Gina. Over to Brianna. That's up and over from Taylor Scriven. Kayla Salazar kept alive. Brianna Kristek does not find pay dirt there. Taylor Scriven up and over. Is still up. Gina Smith from the back row kind of loses her footing there.
Yeah, it didn't look like she had a lot of effort behind that strike there, but a good rally by both squads.
Yeah, she just mistimed the rally, or she mistimed the jump, rather. And so, Aubrey De Jesus, the freshman setter, serving. Now it's short. Brianna Kristek. And that ball is out, so too much pepper.
Too much pepper, just out, but nice strike by Number 15, Christic.
Brianna Christek, she's the team leader in points with over 100 points already through 9 games. She's going to have to be the lifeblood of this team. And that one is short, so Solano gets another point on that one. Rally scoring, somewhat new to the world of volleyball. It used to be side-out scoring, but rally scoring, either team can win a point. Michaela Salazar serves. Brianna Christek kept alive. That's over. Oh, and that's a double. So a couple of errors for this Los Medanos squad, and that's pretty indicative of what this Los Medanos squad has done. They're a better team than their record shows with only 3-8, but that is an ace from Michaela Salazar.
Nice strike by Salazar. And as we can see on the court, I mean, the size difference is very instrumental. I mean, the Los Medanos girls are a little bit undersized, but like you said, their record doesn't indicate their competitiveness.
Over to Christek. And that ball is out. So that's 2 in a row. But Kiana comes in for Salazar. And Taylor Scriven now serving the ball. Jump serve. And that ball's out.
Yeah, it went kind of long there, but nice eye by the back line for the Lady Falcons.
So now, freshman Giovanna Hill will be serving. Oh, and that's a good touch by Brianna. Over. Kept alive. That's up by DeJesus. And they are force-feeding Brianna Christek on that left side. And that one squirts between everybody and finds a hole.
And the Mustangs, Lady Mustangs, did a nice job with finding the soft spot in the Lady Falcons defense there.
So will now be number 7, the libero, the sophomore, Taylor Morgan. One of the league leaders in digs last year. Oh, and that's just a touch. And it fooled the Los Medanos team.
Yeah, nice try by Ana Silvia Vega to get to that ball.
Good job trying to get it up. So now it is Brianna Christek serving. And that is the 3rd ball she has hit long. So a couple of miscues early.
Adrenaline probably flowing for Brianna Christek there.
Yeah, it is the first conference game, I mean. Gina Smith gets it over. DeJesus. And just over by Gina. And that one hits the net. So good heads-up play by these Lady Falcons.
Definitely good action at the net and way to stay involved in the action.
So Kiana Layu now serving. Jeanette Lewis to Jesus. Scriven from the back row, can't get it over.
And that's what I alluded to earlier about the size of these Lady Mustangs. Kind of undersized, so wasn't able to get the lift that she needed to get that ball over the net.
Scriven to Jesus. Jeanette Lewis up and over. Good up by DeJesus, but they can't get it over the net, so there's a little bit of a run now by Solano, up by 3. Serving again. Oh, and that one's just a missed pass, and Gina Smith all over it.
All over it at the net, like I said before. Great action, and we have a timeout here.
Timeout by Los Medanos. What have you seen here so far in this early going, Kareem?
Well, I mean, the rotation looks good for both sides. Like I talked about earlier with the size differential, it's going to be very tough for the Lady Mustangs that have a lot of interaction at the net with these tall Lady Falcons, but it remains to be seen.
Yeah, they really need to keep passes off of the net, and really they need to think about trying to dunk it over rather than trying to smash it over. It really has messed up Taylor Scriven's game so far, having to deal with this tall Solano lineup, but it's still early. It's only 12-8, so even with all the miscues from both teams, it's still a close match, so it's not over yet by any means.
By no means. And like you said earlier, it's a lot of defensive efforts being done on both sides, but let's see if the Lady Falcons can continue their streak. They're up 4 at this point.
So Kiana Layu. To Jesus. To Jade Hall. Jeanette Lewis on the right side. And that's in. Just nicked the line in the back.
Great placement there by Jeanette Lewis. She's a southpaw, so she's unorthodox, and sometimes the defense is not ready for her spikes there.
Yeah, she hits from that right side because she is left-handed. So it's a lot easier for her to hit from that side. Ooh, well, offhand, and that messed up everybody. When you're left-handed, hitting it with the right hand throws everybody off.
Exactly, and they probably thought that she was going to come with that left hand, but she switched it up and threw them off with that right hand touch hit.
Oh, and that one finds pay dirt.
Definitely, and she was able to elude Michaela Salazar, who's a intimidating presence at that center net.
Yeah, and she needs to get more of those touches if this team's going to have success. That's a double. So Giovanna Hell with a mistake there, but nothing too big, only one time.
That's
so
it.
Nicole Sobolik serving again. Oh, and that one just hits the net. And that's a tricky one.
Definitely. A throw off the timing of Kiana Luau, and she's tried great effort to try to get to that ball, but wasn't able to get it.
I'm sorry, it was not Sobolik. It was Anna Vega who was serving. Kayla Salazar with the left hand to Jesus to the back row. Over to Gina Smith. To Jesus again. Oh, and there's the little dunk I was talking about. Over on 2. Scriven. Layu with a good up. Free ball. Michaela, nothing. Played off the net. And can't do it that time, so point Solano.
Definitely. And Michaela Salazar, as I alluded to earlier, is a intimidating presence there at the net. And now Casey Reeb is
Alyssa McDermott, actually.
Excuse me, Alyssa McDermott.
And Vanessa Pimentel is serving. Over to Gina Smith. And that's a lift.
So another unforced error there by the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, so now Jade Hall serving. And that one just mistimed, mishit. So a lot of sloppy play on both sides, but now Gina Smith is serving. Sophomore outside hitter. Oh, and that's another ace. That's
Nice.
2 aces already in this set.
Nice one by Gina Smith there, and the Lady Falcons have extended their lead to 5.
It always seems like right after an ace, you hit the ball into the net. Aubrey DeJesus now serving. Tricky play by Vanessa Pimentel, getting it over on 2. That's not fair.
Yeah, she was able to find a nice soft spot there in the Lady Mustangs defense. Took advantage of it.
Kayla Salazar now serving. And nobody there. And another timeout taken. And really, for this Los Medanos team, if you go down 1-0, it really upsets your confidence. And it really upsets your chances of winning this game, because it's a lot harder to come back and win 3 out of 4 than 3 out of 5.
Definitely. And with the momentum that the Lady Falcons have, it's going to be actually a lot harder for the Lady Mustangs to try to get back into this match.
Yeah, definitely. So, as we have seen last year, quick, short and sweet timeouts, especially when you're up from Solano.
Definitely. Somewhat similar to the 20-second timeout in NBA format.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, when you're up and you're doing things well, these girls know what they're doing wrong. They know the errors that they're making. So there's not a lot the coach has to say. So Michaela Salazar serving again. It's an illegal shift, I believe. Somebody was out of position. So Kiana Layu comes back in.
Replaces Michaela Salazar.
Scriven, jump serve. DeJesus. And that one finds the ground.
Definitely a nice strike there by the Lady Mustangs.
Scriven serving again. Free ball. DeJesus. And that ball just over the head of Gina Smith. Doesn't touch it. It goes out. Got a couple substitutions. We have Giovanna Hill coming in, as well as Jeanette Lewis.
And Giovanna Hill is going to set up to serve now.
And another great block by Hope Driscoll. You talked about her at the beginning of this broadcast, about how she was going to need to step up for this Solano team, and there's a little bit of what she can bring to the table.
Definitely. Nice action at the net by Hope Driscoll. And as I alluded to earlier, hopefully her and Salazar can fill that void that Gabby Silva left.
Christek. DeJesus, it's a double. So that is the third double by Aubrey DeJesus.
And now the lead has extended to 7.
Scriven sets it over. Jeanette Lewis from the right side. Knocked down. Jeanette again. They really like to feed Jeanette Lewis on that right side.
Definitely, and by her being a left-hand striker, she has the advantage to find the soft spots in the Lady Mustang defense.
DeJesus over to the left side. Kiana's right there. Scriven from the back row. Can't get it over the net. We've seen that a couple of times now.
Definitely.
So this is set point now.
And that's another example of not having the height that they need to have the aggression to get it over the net. But as you say, it's a point for the match here.
Over to DeJesus to the left side. Oh, and they can't put it away there. Los Medanos with the point.
Nice effort there by Jeanette Lewis. Try to keep that ball alive.
Taylor Morgan serving. Free ball. De Jesus has it up. Gina Smith from the back row. De Jesus sets it over. Good run down. Kiana sets it over to the right side. Jeanette Lewis. That's out.
Just out. So the Lady Mustangs are trying to make a effort here to get back into this match. But as you said earlier, Lady Falcons is 1 point away from taking this first set.
Taylor Morgan needs to bring him home. Liu sets it. Gia Smith from the back line. De Jesus. Over. Chris Tech. De Jesus again. They are trying everything. Oh, and she hits it into the net. A little miscue. And it's hard to hit from that back line.
It definitely is, and we got a timeout here by the Lady Falcons.
A timeout here taken by the Falcons. And this is just to say, we only need 1 point. We only need 1 point. Go out and get it. There's a couple of errors that are being made, but just buckle down, get through the set. We'll talk about it after the first set. Just get 1 point.
Definitely. Don't try to put too much on it. You did very good to get that lead by 5. It's actually 6 now, but as you said before, 1 point, and the first match would be the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, and the way these two teams are playing, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is going to come out on top.
Definitely, and that's with all sports. When you make the minimize your mistakes, you capitalize on the mistakes of the other team, you usually come out on top.
So Morgan serving again. There's former Solano player Selena Castro doing the lines. Former setter. Janet Lewis from the other side. Ooh, good up. Chris Day. They're force feeding Anna Vega for this Los Medanos team. Over to the other side. Liu up. Free ball. Jade Hall. Yeah, too much on it. So that is the end of the first set. The first set goes to Solano, 25-18. They're going to switch sides, and we'll be right back with game 2.
Hey everybody, Stosh Zamora here with the Solano College Sports Network. I'm talking to you today about this third annual Golf Invitational Tee-Off for Athletics. It's on Friday, October 3rd at Hidden Brook Golf Course in Vallejo. The proceeds of this golf tournament will be going to all the Solano Community College sports teams to help them out throughout their seasons. And it's $150 for the golfers. That includes your green fees, the golf cart, lunch, and dinner. And for your non-golfers that just want to come for lunch and dinner, it'll be $65. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact Kurt Johnston. You can email him at kurt.johnston@solano.edu, or you can give him a call at 707-864-7177. So make sure you practice up, because you know I am. 4.
Well, welcome back. We're set now for set number 2, and Solano's up 1-0. And what have you taken out of this first game so far?
Well, the first game, like I said, was a lot of action at the net, a couple good rallies. The size has stood out for the Lady Falcons. They've got a lot of size that they're at the net, and I think they're intimidating a little bit. But we got Janelle Williams, who was an ex-player for the Lady Falcons, was a part of that BVC Conference Championship team last year. Now she's on the bench as an assistant coach, so I know some of her expertise and insight can help these Lady Falcons, especially the freshmen that came in this year.
Yeah, and there's a lot of freshmen on this team. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like half the roster almost.
Exactly, more than half. Anna Vega serving now. As soon as everybody's set. Kayla Salazar, and that is out. That one came right at me.
Right at you, Mike. Good hands, buddy.
Good hand.
Good hand, yeah. Let me rephrase that.
Serve up. Pimentel to Salazar again. And that one does not touch. That one hit the net, so not playable for Solano.
Nice action at the net, though, for the Lady Mustangs to get up there.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest lineup the Los Medanos can go with. Over on 2. Scriven. Pimentel. Over on 2. Morgan to Vega in the back row. Pimentel again. Salazar again. Touched. All right, this is a good rally back and forth. Pimentel over. Morgan to Jesus. Scriven. And that's just how you draw it up. Libero, setter, hitter, and get the point. And this is 3 in a row for Los Medanos to start the set. And Taylor Scriven's into it.
Definitely, and it looked like Salazar was fooled by that hit.
Well, that's what I was saying they had to do in order to really conquer this big front line. Vega from the back row, too much on it, and it's out. So, another unforced error.
And that seems to
too
be
much pepper.
Too much pepper. Seems to be the theme here.
Vanessa Pimentel serving. Scriven. And Allen finds pay dirt.
And as you said earlier, Scriven is the heart and soul of this Lady Mustang team, and she shows it there with a nice, aggressive strike.
Yeah. Taylor Scriven has 230 points going into this game. They have played 2 more games than the Lady Falcons, but Brianna Christick's not picking up 130 points in 2 games.
Not at all.
Vega over. Liu. Pimentel. Salazar. Morgan. De Jesus. Scriven. And she was allowed to hit it twice because it was only a touch. But that one hits the back corner, and they don't have an answer for Taylor Scriven right now.
And, you know, it seems like the Lady Mustangs are playing with a lot more chemistry, and they're playing more together, and they seem to have figure out what they have to do with the size of the Lady Falcons.
Oh, well, it looks like I was mistaken about it being in, so Gina Smith now serving. De Jesus. Scriven in the middle. Touched. That one would have gone out, but Gianna Smith touched it.
And that was just a reaction played by Struggling. She didn't know if it was going to be in or out, but.
Yeah, she probably heard late that it was going to be out, tried to pull her hands back.
Yeah. Nonetheless,
Aubrey De Jesus.
Point goes to the Lady Mustangs.
Oh, that was a little tricky one. Oh, a little bit of a slider.
Definitely. And I think that, you know, after that first set, the coach for the Lady Mustangs told them to, you know, use their head and not their brawn a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mind over matter.
Definitely.
Pimentel. That's a net. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that was not a net. It looked like it was going to be a net.
Now Salazar is back there to serve.
Vega. De Jesus. Scriven on the right side. Oh, and that's a good stuff by Hope Driscoll. Another block. Make that 2 for Hope on the day.
Definitely, and that's again where we see the size of the Lady Falcons was too much for the Lady Mustangs.
Vega from the back row. Alyssa McDermott. Scriven. Pimentel. Salazar. And, you know, to your point, a lot of the mistakes you said were from them not being tall enough to hit from the back row, but you see there, Michaela Salazar trying to hit it over, and she hits it in the net too.
Yeah, and she's the tallest player out here, so sometimes it just goes on technique.
Oh, a little miscommunication there by Gina Smith and Brianna Christek.
And we seem to have a turn of events here in this second set. We got the Lady Mustangs up by 4, and momentum is going their way.
Christek has put up. Free ball. McDermott.
Nice
Jesus.
save
Yeah,
by
good up.
Scriven.
Yeah. I was a good up by Taylor Scriven. Does everything on this team.
The jack of all trades.
Hill now serving. To Jesus. Vega. That one just finds the back corner. Kind of a packed house for a volleyball game.
Somewhat. First conference game of the year. A lot of support from the Falcon faithful here.
The Falcon faithful. I like that. We might have to use that a little bit more.
Okay.
Nicole Sabolik. Serving. Liu. Hill. Christek. She hangs in the air so well.
Definitely.
Scriven from the back row. Hill again. Christek again from the other side. Oh, and good up by Scriven. Sabolik. Liu. Hill. Jeanette Lewis. Oh, and that's a good block by Anna Vega. So they do have a little bit of size on this team. They can get up over the net if they want to.
Definitely, definitely. And it was a great up in that last little sequence by Scrivens. I mean, she is all over the court.
Vega. Liu gets it up. Hill. Ooh. And a stuff by Gina Smith. Scriven tried to get it up. Couldn't do it. Good set there by Giovanna Hill.
Definitely. She had a little spice on that hit there. Even Scrivens couldn't get to it.
Vega. Oh, and Gina Smith whiffs on it. Strike 3 called.
Strike 3. Probably wasn't anticipating the leverage by the Lady Mustang there, but she met her at the net, and like you said, a wiffle ball miss.
Lindsey Bain serving. Hill. Jeanette Lewis. Kind of a broken play there and hit it into the net.
No effort there. No lift. Just kind of nonchalantly struck at the ball. And
yeah, and Jeanette Lewis, one of the calmer players. I don't know if calm is the right word to use, but a lot of errors by this Solano team. And Coach Williams is going to take a timeout.
And it's probably just to settle down the team a little bit. Like I said, in the first set, the Lady Falcons jumped out to a 3-4 point cushion. They was able to extend that. And now in this second set, we see that the tides have turned. We have the Lady Mustangs doing a lot of rotation, and they're hitting a lot of shots that the Lady Falcons are not anticipating, taking a lot of steam off of it.
Yeah, you see the difference in philosophy there between the two coaches. Kind of Darla Williams in their face, talking to them about what needs to be done. The coach for the Los Madonnas team, I don't have his name currently, but he tends to talk more to the individual players that he needs to talk to. And like I said, there's not much to say when you're up by 5.
Definitely. So coming out this timeout, let's see if the Lady Falcons can get back on track and change the momentum. If not, we may be going into that third set square at 1.
So Lindsey Baines still serving. Oh, and poked over by Hope Driscoll. Vega. And Hope Driscoll getting low for that one. Scriven from the back row, kind of pops it over. That fooled everybody. Vega again winds up. Over to the other side, and that's a double. So another error.
And to get back into this match in the second set, the Lady Falcons are going to have to cut down on the unforced errors. They're basically giving free points to the Lady Mustangs and making it easier for them to take control of this second set.
And when they're not making errors, Taylor Scriven's making them pay anyway. And that is the biggest lead for either team tonight at 7 points, 14-7, Los Medanos.
And you can tell that Scrivens is the leader out there. She's talking it up to the players and getting them motivated.
Can't seal the gap right there, and the ball just kind of squeaks down.
A good timing on Driscoll, just didn't have enough to get it back over the net.
Yeah, because you have to be careful not to hit the net, but you also want to not have enough space for the ball to get through, and it's tough. And that one just comes off the net, and that one doesn't really get, it throws off everybody.
Definitely.
It doesn't get to anybody.
But the Lady Falcon was able to break the snide, and now down 7, we have Kiana Luau. Yeah. Serving now for the Lady Falcons. Lau, excuse me, serving for the Lady Falcons.
Lau setting it up. Janelle Lewis. Vega. Ooh, that's in. Questionable call. Jeanette with the right hand. Stayed up, over. Liu has it. Hill from the back row. Back row again. Oh, Brown's getting to it. Mighty swing. And that's out. Got over the net, but did not stay in bounds. So great rally ends in a point for Los Medanos, who increases their lead back to 8.
And great effort by Kiana Lau. Excuse me, I'm not maybe saying her name right, but she's there and she's digging every ball she can get to.
And she can get to quite a few. Scriven. And that ball's touched. 17-8 now.
So it's a 9-point spread for the Lady Mustangs as we go to another timeout here.
Yeah, another timeout for Solano. And they've cut down on the errors in the last couple points, but it's just too good of a team right now, Los Medanos.
Definitely, and it seemed like the two teams changed uniforms in that first set. I mean, the Lady Falcons were all over the court, all over the net, and playing with a lot of aggression. And in the second set, it seems like the momentum has went the Lady Mustangs' way, and as we alluded to earlier, Scrivens is all over the court.
Yeah, Scriven, the lifeblood of this team, and like you said, she is everywhere. She does everything. She talks, she communicates well, she digs, she hits. She's what they refer to in baseball as a 5-tool player.
Definitely.
I don't know how many tools you need for volleyball, but she has them all.
She has every last one of them. And being down in that first set, you know, she's the type of player that you want to look at as far as their leadership, and she got her team right back in this match.
Serve goes wide. So Solano with the ball now. Vanessa Pimentel serving. And Scriven's just too powerful right now. She's into it. She's pumped up. And nothing's going to stop her.
And
she's a world beater.
Definitely. And with her in that left-hand corner and that power right there at the net, they're going to have Salazar kind of meet her at the net. But with that power Scrivens has, hey, it's going to be tough for them to compete with that.
Taylor Morgan serving from the corner. And that one comes off the net. So now Gina Smith. I'm tempted to say Gianna, but I know it's Gina.
Yeah, Gina Smith, the sophomore.
DeJesus saves it. Libero hitting it over. Christek. And Christek can fly.
Definitely.
I said last year she needs to get the Jumpman tattooed on her calf. 'Cause she can get up. Scriven pops it over. Salazar can't get enough on it.
Looked like she mistimed that hit. But with Salazar and McDermott now at the net, going through the rotation, let's see if they can get some action going and turn the tides for these Lady Falcons.
Aubrey DeJesus, the setter, serving. Pimentel to Christek. And that ball's in. Point for Solano. So in comes Driscoll, out comes Salazar. And for the first time, we see Jessica May Pamadian. Pamatian? I'm not sure. I will get that pronunciation right.
We'll go for Jessica P right now.
Vega. DeJesus hitting it over. Morgan. Scriven. Off the net. Vanessa. Popped over. Kind of fooled DeJesus. Scriven with the free ball. Over on two by Pimentel. Popped over by Libero. Played off the net. Over. Over to Scriven. Oh, and this Los Medanos team is pumped up.
Led by Scriven, she's in rotation, and I'll tell you something, she's all over this court, and I think she's going to be the X factor. If these Lady Falcons want to get any get back, they're going to have to do something with Scrivens out there.
Yeah, and there you see the Los Medanos coach getting into it. That ball's out. So it stays Los Medanos ball. And if you watch Scrivens walk up before she serves, she has kind of a wonky serve. She brings the ball to her right side. There you see it.
Yeah, with a jump hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something, everybody has their thing. And Scriven gets to that one, but only gets one hand on it and shanks it away. 21-13. Los Medanos leads.
8-point spread now. It looks like we're going to be going into that third set tie, but let's see what the Falcons can do here.
Ivana Hill. Scriven from the back row. Christek. Vega. Vega hits it into the net. You know, they say you play a lot more calm when you're ahead, but this Los Medanos team gets more fired up the higher their lead goes.
Definitely.
DeJesus. Baines. And Baines gets it over.
Yeah, barely hit the top of the net and fell and found the soft spot in the Lady Falcons defense.
So Los Medanos 3 points away from winning this second game. Nicole Sabolik serving. Liu gets it. Hill. Net Lewis. Vega again. Oh, and Gina Smith, she knows she messed up on that one.
Yeah.
That was a ball she should have had.
Definitely. And Anna Vega, she's just as intimidating as Scrivens is at that net there.
And she's a freshman, so she'll be back next year, too. Ooh, mistake. Tags Sabolik.
Number 15 happens to be my favorite number, so Christek has.
Now, is it your actual favorite number?
It is. I was born on the 15th of November, and I take pride in that being one of my favorite numbers, if not the favorite.
Okay. Because I know I would say, oh, that's my favorite number just because that girl's playing well.
Yeah.
But you know who's playing well is Anna Vega.
Yes.
She's everywhere. She's getting to all of them. They're force feeding her, and she's making the Solano team pay.
Definitely, and with the 1-2 punch of Vega and Scrivens, the Lady Falcons have an uphill battle on their hands.
Back row, Christek. Vega again. Liu. Lewis, right hand push. Set up. Scriven in the back row. Free ball. Vega again. And that is game point. So this second set goes to Los Medanos 25-15. They're going to switch sides one more time. We're going to be back for game 3, tied 1-1.
Bunko, want to join in on this fun game?
Well, now you can. On Saturday, October 18th, Solano Community College is hosting its 6th annual Bunko tournament here in Building 400.
And this year, Bunko goes pink. Our friends have worked together to put on this event as a way to raise money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Doors open at 1, but the fun doesn't start until 2. And for the first time ever, Solano's having the Pink Hills Fire Truck on campus from 12 to 2. Tickets go for pre-sale, $20 per person and $25 at the door.
So get them quickly. Seating is limited to 250 people, so it's a first-come, first-served basis. Plus, you get to save $5.
For tickets or more information, call JJ Eves at 372-2531 or email bunkogoespink@yahoo.com. Bunko!
And we are back for this third set. And Kareem, what have you taken from this second set?
Well, the second set has been going the Lady Mustangs' way. It seemed like they had great momentum, and with Scrivens and Vega out there hitting that ball and being all over the court, we're going to see if the Lady Falcons can get back into this third match and get the momentum back on their side. But as for now, it looks like the Lady Mustangs has everything going.
Yeah, and both these teams are better than their record says. I mean, Los Medanos with over 16 digs a set and 9 assists a set and 9 kills a set. They're a good team. They just ran into some good conference or non-conference opponents.
Definitely.
Scriven. These girls just don't have an answer for Taylor Scriven.
Yeah. She's been the focal point of this Lady Mustang attack, and we're going to see if the Lady Falcons can do something to.
So, Angelica Rivas. And a set by Salazar. Don't see that too often.
At all.
Force feeding Taylor Scriven, and she finds pay dirt once again.
And it seems when Scrivens is at the net that the Lady Falcons have no answer for her.
Rivas, a freshman.
Yeah, Lady Mustangs have just as many freshmen on their side as the Lady Falcons.
Well, on a team of 10, they only have 3 sophomores. So this is going to be a good Los Medanos squad next year.
Definitely.
And that ball's out too far for Vanessa Pimentel.
Maybe a little inexperienced right now, but you have to get the action and you have to get the repetitions to get it going.
Yeah, but you notice this Los Medanos team is favored toward those 3 sophomores as that ball goes back, and another point, 4 straight for Los Medanos. But like I was saying, it's Taylor Morgan to Aubrey DeJesus, who is a freshman, but it's Anna Vega, who's a freshman, or it's Taylor Scriven, who's a sophomore. Gina Smith over. Rivas over. Gina Smith tips. Scriven gets touched. Salazar tipped. And nice little dip and dunk by Michaela Salazar to get Solano on the board.
Definitely, and took a page out of the Lady Mustangs playbook. And we got Gina Smith serving.
Scriven from the back row. Liu. Pimentel. Christek. That's a double. Oh, no, it's a lift. I'm sorry. So Gina Smith serving once again.
The sophomore outside hitter.
Hits it into the net. That's the second time she's done that.
Another unforced error by the Lady Falcons, and they're going to have to take those and throw them out the window, as we say.
Or throw them over the net at least. Aubrey DeJesus serving. Jesus bump set. Baines can't get it over the net. Also partially blocked. Oh, we see Casey Reeb getting a little action. Hope Driscoll coming in. Casey Reeb, the former color commentator we had on one of the broadcasts last year. And Baines can't get it over once again. So that leads cut to 1.
And Michaela Salazar for her second attempt at serving.
So getting a little unorthodox. Oh.
And there's Scrivens again, man, with some hot sauce on that spike there.
Hot sauce makes everything taste better.
Yeah, it does, man. But right now, they're going to have something mild to stop her because she's all over this court.
Scriven, jump serve. Pimentel over on 2. DeJesus, Scriven to the back row. Christek. DeJesus. Up. Got Liu up.
Nice hit by
Good
Lau.
swing. Vega. Oh, up, and nobody can get to it. Which team, let me ask you a question. Which team sounds like they want it more and looks like they want it more?
Right now, I would have to say the Lady Mustangs. I mean, they're playing with a lot of cohesion, led by Scriven. And then with Vega doing her thing, it's going to be hard for the Lady Falcons to get the momentum. But as they bring in Jeanette Lewis and Giovanna Hill, let's see if they can come in and change the rotation for the better for the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, they're going to have to rely on Giovanna Hill. She's the setter. Baines tips. Christek has it up. Liu with the free ball. DeJesus again. Vega. And that ball's in.
And there's Vega one more time at the net with a lot of power and aggression.
Power and aggression is the name of the game. And where I had said that they may have to try to outsmart this long team, they've found success getting powerful.
Definitely, definitely. And earlier in the match, we thought that the Lady Falcons had too much power for these Lady Mustangs, but they have turned the tide, and they're taking a page out of the Lady Falcons book, being more aggressive right now.
Brianna Christek. If Brianna Christek doesn't make some sort of all-conference team this year, I'll be shocked. Double from Giovanna Hill.
Definitely. Christek looks like a gamer out there. And also, Kiana Luau, she has hit some unbelievable balls and played great defense out there for the Lady Falcons.
Gina Smith. Oh, touched. Ooh. Salazar, or Driscoll wants this point. That ball's out.
Nice little rally there, but it comes out at the far end here on the Lady Falcons side. And now we have Kiana Liao. KL.
Liu. Lying down. That ball's out. Too much hot sauce.
Too much hot sauce. And now the Lady Falcons have pulled in within a point of the Mustangs.
Liu serving once again, just off of the net. Jesus. Scriven in the back row. A Hill. To Lewis. Kept alive. Touched.
Good
Reset,
action
do it
after
again.
that.
Scriven in the back row. Pepper. Scriven again. Takes something off there, a little bit of a change-up. Fools everybody.
And that's what I mean. Scriven, she come with the aggression, with the heat on the first spike, and then she takes a little bit off on the second one and finds a soft spot in the Lady Falcons defense.
And a Vega. Salazar. Vega from the back row swings, and that's out.
And I think for the Lady Falcons to kind of get back into this match, they're going to have Salazar be more aggressive at the net. She's probably got 3 or 4 inches on the next opposing player out there. So take advantage of your height. And there's Scrivens again with that heat ball out the left side corner.
The high, stinky cheddar. We just came from a baseball game, so.
Yeah, cheese.
Our friend Brian had a lot of Rookie of the Year quotes. Salazar tips. And that's what you got to do. You have to just be smarter than the opponent. And when you're a middle blocker and everybody expects you to have a huge wind up and let it go, when you just dip it over them, nothing they can do.
Definitely.
Simi Matharu getting her
time.
first action here.
Definitely seeing Simi in, now serving. Nice hit by Simi. Got Christie.
Good up. Over to Jesus. Scriven. Touched. So that is going to be a point for Los Medanos.
Yeah, and as you can see, Scriven, she is using her head. She knows when to bring the heat. She knows when to take something off. And, she's the player of the game as we're looking at right now. She's been all over the court.
Salazar. To Jesus. Pimentel gets it over.
And there's Scrivens again. Now, the point earlier, she took some off. There she goes with the high heat. And nice action by the Lady Falcons, but was not able to get that ball back over. So here we go to a timeout, folks, and we have the Los Medanos Lady Mustangs up 13-10.
Yeah, and Scriven has been dominant so far in these last 2 sets, and Coach Williams has to be telling her team, look, you got to get low. You got to put yourself in the spot between the blockers to where it can't get by anybody.
Definitely.
And right now, there's a lot of gaps in the defense for this Solano team, and Los Medanos just looks like they want it more.
Yeah, they do. And, I mean, being down 3 right now, the Lady Falcons have to find some type of momentum swing to get back into this third match. If not, we may see the Lady Mustangs take 2 in a row.
Yeah, and now either team, whichever team loses this third game, will have to win 2 in a row in order to win this game and win the match. I'm sorry. Can't use game to mean different things.
Definitely. And that was Aubrey DeJesus with the serve.
That was a lift. So, Michaela Salazar now serving. Set over by Casey Reeb. That's a double. Gina Smith, not usually known for her setting.
A little inexperience on that part, but nice try by Gina Smith.
And they're just picking on Gina Smith now.
Yeah, it seems that the Lady Falcons have lost a little concentration, and like I said before, you don't want this match to slip away from you.
Christek. Scriven gets it up. I don't know how she did that.
Wow.
Over on 2. That's in.
And the body language for the Lady Falcons is not very good right now. They just kind of look a little lethargic. I see a lot of passion and a lot of insight by the Lady Mustangs over there.
Yeah, Gina Smith comes out. Does not look happy.
Scrivens with the serve.
Driscoll popping it over. Baines. Pimentel can't get a good pass out of that one.
And now the Lady Mustangs have extended their lead to 6 as it is 17-11 with Scriven set the serve.
Touched by Jessica May.
And here's Scriven again with that unorthodox jump shot. And now with the lead 19-11, the Lady Falcons is letting this match get away from them.
Taylor Scriven serving again. Lyle gets that one up. Christek winds up, fires, can't keep it alive, so.
And there's Christek to stop the bleeding, number 15.
Yeah, and Brianna Christek, that's what she does. She is the, she's the streak ender. I don't know, I don't have a good nickname for her right now. We're gonna laugh at that one at the end of the broadcast when we watch it again. I'll think of something good. Janelle Lewis hits it off the net. 20-12, Los Medanos.
A nice action at the net by Hope Driscoll to get it back and keep it alive. But the Lady Mustangs have momentum and they are keeping their foot on the pedal.
Scriven from the back row. Now Lewis touched. And these Solano hitters have to keep it away from Taylor Scriven in the back row if they want to have any success.
And they haven't had an answer for Jeanette Lewis on that right side of the net. She's a southpaw, and when she brings that heat down there, it's very, very intimidating.
Christek jump serve. The Jesus over on 2, and nobody's there.
It looked like a little miscommunication by the girls at the net, the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, a lot of girls shaking their head, wondering what's going on. Baines serving. And that is an ace.
And as the Lady
Timeout.
Mustangs have taken a 22-13 lead, we have another timeout by the Lady Falcons.
And right now, the Solano team is flustered.
Definitely.
And for Los Medanos, they've taken a 9-point lead. They won the second set. They won their first set by 10 and look to be ready and primed to do it again.
Definitely. They're up by 9 right now, 3 points away from this third set to go up 2 games to 1. And as you alluded to earlier, the team that's down 2-1 will have to win 2 straight to take the match. So it's going to be an uphill battle for the Lady Falcons, but let's see what they can do coming out this timeout. As we have Lindsay Baines getting ready to serve.
Driscoll pops it over. That gets away from everybody. So that might have been a set play running that timeout.
Definitely, definitely.
As Driscoll comes out.
Now we got Kiana Leao serving.
You'll get it eventually.
Yeah, I've been slaughtering her name. Sorry, Kiana. I've been slaughtering it all day.
Gina Smith gets it over. Over to Vega. And that's four touches. That one just gets away from Kiana Liu. Comes off the tips of her fingers. So now Anna Vega serving. Christek out. So 24 points for Los Medanos. They're at set point.
Set point to go up 2 games to 1.
Over on 2. Scriven. And that's in, so 25-15 is the score of this third game. So Los Medanos goes up 2 games to 1, and we'll be back with game number 4. We are back for game number 4. Mike McLeod, myself, and Kareem Walton. And Los Medanos is up 2 games to 1. And we have Ana Vega getting ready to serve. And what is your prediction for this 4th set?
Well, for the 4th set, with the momentum with the Lady Mustangs, they may end up taking it. But, hey, we need to see some type of resistance and effort from the Lady Falcons, see if they get back into this match.
Oh, that's a good placement on the serve. Oh. That's a double.
Double by the Falcons.
So Solano with the first point.
Excuse me, by the Lady Mustangs.
Oh, and they're getting shifty with this hitting it over the net on 1. That's over and out. So 1-1 the score.
Yeah, and I think Salazar for the Lady Falcons is going to have to be a lot more aggressive at the net.
We saw that a lot during that last rally.
Yeah.
If there's going to be a miss hit and gets over the net, it's her ball.
Definitely.
And hit out once again. So both points for Los Medanos so far in this fourth game is due to Solano error.
Unforced errors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, over on 2.
Oh.
Liu. McDermott. That one's in, finds the back corner. So 2-2 Solano.
A nice hit by McDermott there, getting active at the net.
Activity at the net. Salazar serving. That one hits the net. No touch by Solano. So 3-2, Solano takes the lead.
First lead in the last 3 matches. The Lady Mustangs jumped out in the last 2 games, so let's see what Solano can keep this momentum going.
That one's hit too much pepper for Mana Vega.
Vega's been pounding that ball all day, just a little too much on that one.
De Jesus, Scriven. Not quite sure what the call was there.
The ump stopped play.
But it is a point for Solano. Salazar serving again. Scriven. Vega, free ball. And good up by Salazar.
Nice effort by Salazar. And there's Scriven again with the anticipation from the Lady Falcons, like she was fit to drive that ball down their throat, and she just give me a tippy touch and finds the soft spot in the Lady Falcons defense.
Aubrey De Jesus serving now. Oh, good up by Vega. De Jesus, Scriven. Christina Smith keeps it up. Live free ball. Oh, and Driscoll goes over the net. You're not allowed to get over completely. The ball has to be at least partially over the net in order to be playable.
And she was just a little bit in front of that play and crossed the net, which is a violation.
4-4. That ball is out. So too far on the serve. Giovanna Hill serving. Baines touched. Christek. De Jesus. Over to Scriven again. Touched. Hill. Jeanette Lewis. And that ball is in. Finds the back line. 6-4 Solano.
And that has been Jeanette Lewis' claim to fame right now. She's been hitting that ball with that left hand, and these Lady Mustangs still haven't figured out if she's going left or right.
And she's a little bit ambidextrous and can hit with both hands, obviously left-handed by nature. Double. So 7-4 Solano. Solano leads.
And the momentum has swung back to the Lady Falcons side. Let's see if they can keep it going in this fourth game.
Giovanna Hill serving. Deep serve. Out. Just barely. Oh, that was touched. So point for Los Medanos.
And now we have Scrivens with the serve from the back. Taylor Scriven. And she's been really driving that ball.
Out, and that ball is not touched, so 8-5 Solano. And Brianna Christek serving now.
Number 15, Miss Christek from the...
Is she your favorite player?
She's my favorite player now. She has my favorite number. She has to be my favorite player.
Oh, good stuff by Driscoll. I think that's block number 3.
Definitely.
9-5 Solano.
And Driscoll is having some great action at the net. She's keeping this Lady Falcon team right in this match.
That ball would have gone out, but saved. Vega. Too hot to handle.
And again, Vega with that heat from the left side of the net wasn't able to get it through back to the side of the Lady Falcons. And now we have Taylor Morgan, a sophomore, for the Lady Mustangs serving.
That ball is out, but there was no Falcons there. Kayla Salazar comes back in.
And Kiana L is serving now.
I should keep a tally of all the different pronunciations of that name you've had today.
I know I didn't give it at least five different ones myself.
That ball is on the other side of the antenna. So it's out. Unlike the foul pole in baseball, if it hits the foul pole in volleyball, it is considered out.
Double by Salazar there.
As a timeout by Los Medanos. So 12-6. Solano leads.
Yeah, and they're, back in this match here. If they can keep things going, maybe they can knot it at 2, and then we'll have a fifth and deciding set for the match.
Yeah, and really, you have to just take it one set at a time, get to the fifth set, and then worry about it. You only have to worry about the next set, the next point, the next serve, the next hit, the next dig, whatever you need to do, stay in the moment.
Definitely. And the momentum has now swung to the Lady Falcons side. Let's see if Scriven and Vega for the Lady Mustangs can turn the tide, as they have been the ones carrying the load for this Lady Mustang team all day long.
And if this were to go to a fifth game, it will only be to 15.
There's that number again, 15.
Baines off the net and just barely over. Jeanette Lewis can't get to it.
Nice effort by Lewis, but the ball was already on its way down. So now we have Lindsay Baines serving for the Lady Mustangs.
Hits it into the net.
And we have seen a lot of unforced errors by the Lady Mustangs this last couple sets. They didn't do a lot of that in 2 sets that they won. So that may pay off dividends for the Lady Falcons here in this 4th set.
Pimentel runs into McDermott.
Definitely a little confusing there. McDermott tried to set the ball, and Pimentel wasn't able to get around her.
I don't know if we got that, but Anna Vega popped the ball up into her face.
Uh-oh.
Pimentel serving.
Gave herself a facial there, huh?
Oh, and another miscommunication.
Well, with Scriven, you don't know if she's going to bring the heat or she's going to lay up for the soft stuff. And she just has perfect timing and feel for the game, because she's allowing them not to get the ball and play it back.
Pimentel over on 2. Out. Too far over, too extreme an angle.
But nice start by Salazar. It was a void there on the left side of the net. She thought she can get it down just a little bit outside.
I'll tell you what, this Los Madonnas team sounds more intense, like they want it more.
Definitely.
Touched. 14-10 Solano.
But if you didn't know no better, Mike, you would think that the Lady Mustangs was up 14-10 just by the body language of the other team and trying to see if Solano can keep it going. We got Jeanette Lewis again.
Gina Smith, actually.
Excuse me, Gina Smith serving for the Lady Falcons.
Scriven. Oh, you heard that from here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's over. Out. So good thought by DeJesus, trying to get it over, but.
And Pimentel with that nice hit from Scrivens. I mean, the ball was coming awfully fast.
15-10 Solano. Gina Smith serves. DeJesus over to Scriven. Too far off the net. McDermott. Sorry. Oh, and that was a bad set. But you can't keep it under control. 15-11. Los Madonnas takes possession.
And there's Scrivens again with that aggression and that power play on the left-hand side of the net. And Angelica Rivas is now the freshman
defensive specialist. She's serving. Lai gets it up. Pimentel over to Christek. Vega. That was a tricky play.
Yes, it was.
Scriven, left hand, up, over. Good heads-up play so far. Up again. Can't get to it. Too many lucky bounces for Solano. Their luck ran out on that one.
Nice effort by Gina Smith there to try to keep that ball alive.
Yeah, you like the effort from this team.
And Angelica Rivas again serving for the Lady Mustangs. This time was not able to get over the net. There's another unforced error by the Lady Mustangs.
Yeah, definitely unforced error. And we talked about it all game so far, all match. The unforced error is really the determining factor in this game. Driscoll popping it over. Baines keeping it alive. Vega over. Pimentel. That's a double. And Vega scares me.
Yeah, she's a very intimidating presence out there on the court. And with the combination of her and Scriven, they are a cold tandem to deal with.
Aubrey DeJesus serving. Pimentel. McDermott fools everybody with a little dunk.
With the Hully Gully shot. Nice move by McDermott.
And Los Madonnas kind of caught looking there.
And this match is a little bit closer than the last two. 17-13 Lady Falcons right now in front. We got Giovanna Hill, freshman setter, serving.
DeJesus. That's a double. So 18-13, Solano leads. Scriven.
Scriven, driven, that ball.
Oh, I like it.
And now we got Taylor Scrivens back to serve.
To driven the ball again.
Driven. Nice jump shot.
Hill. Christek.
Christek, number 15. That is the one. Hey, like you said earlier, Mike, she's going to be my favorite player.
She's been my favorite player. She was my favorite player last year, and that says something considering how much talent was on last year's team. I knew she was going to be big this year. Not saying, I was a little hipster about it. And, I liked her before everybody else did. But,
yeah.
She's good.
Definitely.
Vega over. That ball would have been out, but Hill has it over. Vega Liu to Hill. Over on 2. Driscoll just put a little bit too much pepper on it.
And it comes out here deep in the back end of the court.
Taylor Morgan now serving.
With the score 19-15 Lady Falcons.
Driscoll. Oh, a little miscommunication. Somebody needs to figure out who's going to hit the ball. But, you know, you'd rather have 2 people run into each other trying to get the ball rather than 2 people looking at each other saying who's going to get the ball.
Definitely, and the effort is there. It's not like baseball where you got to call somebody off.
Vega out. Too far down the line.
And now with the Lady Falcons extending their lead to 2015, we're going to have a timeout.
And for Los Medanos, they don't want to see a 5th game because you don't want to see an experienced team like Solano in a 5th game do or die. For Los Medanos, like I said, don't want to see it. For Solano, they have to just continue to stay in that moment.
Definitely, and with Solano being a home team here, they want to probably force that 5th match so they can have momentum on their side. The Lady Mustangs kind of have lost their mojo since that 2nd and 3rd game. They don't have a lot of chemistry and cohesion that they had earlier in the match. So let's see if they can turn around. Right now, down 6, and with the Lady Falcons only 4 points away from knotting this up at 2, it remains to be seen how this 4th match is going to come out.
Liu serves. Touched. Jade Hall plays it off the net. The Jesus over. Hill. To Lewis. Out.
It's a little long for Lewis.
Too many unforced errors.
Almost like we're watching the tennis game, huh, Mike?
A little back and forth. Oh, and there you see it. Miscommunication. And that's the opposite of having 2 people run into each other. And before this game gets too far out of hand and gets knotted up at 21, Solano takes a timeout.
I think it was a great timeout by the coach. While you still have the lead, you want to kind of shore up your defense and let the coach give you the insight to get through this 4th match.
Yeah, and you see Coach Williams there getting in their head saying, you got to think smarter, you got to play heads-up volleyball. And so far, to me at least, it seems like Solano has been a little bit out of whack. I think they have the talent and they have the depth to win this game if they can stay out of their own way.
Definitely, definitely. And you know that Coach Williams gave them a piece of her mind because she do not want this 4th match to slip away from the Lady Falcons.
There is no 5th match if they lose this 4th match. Jade Hall swings and misses. Too far.
Jade Hall getting up there.
I like her hair.
Definitely.
Best hair on the team.
Definitely. Nice curly fro she got going there.
Nessa Pimentel serving. Oh, that's kept alive. McDermott playing it. De Jesus over to Vega. That one hits the net, not a Solano player, and goes out of bounds. So 23-17.
And that's what you're going to have to do with Vega. You're going to have to get to that net and challenge her.
Mm-hmm. Scriven from the back row. Pimentel. Christek. Oh, that finds pay dirt. As Taylor Morgan can't get to it. So it's set point for Solano, 24-17. Pimentel still serving.
And this to knot it up at 2. Let's see what happens.
De Jesus over. Playing to the middle. Liu setting it up. McDermott. Kept alive by Scriven. De Jesus. Vega. Liu. Pimentel. Gina Smith. And that ball is out. So still alive. Los Medanos and Ana Vega getting ready to serve.
Yeah, and the Lady Falcons have a little cushion, so not to panic, but they do want to get this game ended pretty soon.
Smith tips it over. Scriven tips it over, far side. Chris Deck. DeJesus. Scriven again.
And Scrivens with the heat from the left side of the net. One of the Lady Falcons was able to get a hand on it, but that was it. And we have a timeout, folks, where the Lady Falcons is ahead 24-19.
And this is a lineup placement for Los Medanos that they want, with Scriven in the front row, where she can play that left side, that outside hitter, and can take every single hit. You have Ana Vega in the back fielding the balls along with Taylor Morgan, and you have a lot of good depth and rotation, and the word you like to use, cohesion, between those players in that placement. This is a dirty lineup for Los Medanos if they want to come back and try to win this thing.
Definitely, definitely. And as you alluded to, with Scriven being the factor for this Lady Mustang team, you also have Vega, who's now for the start to, after the timeout coming out to serve. Their 1-2 punch has not been able to be stopped today.
Live keeping it alive. Gina popping it over.
Vega with the save.
Pimentel up. Over on 2. DeJesus. Scriven popping it. Lai setting it up. Christek from the back row. Morgan does a good job keeping it up. Scriven. And it's just not allowing it to hit the ground. Taylor Morgan says, not on my watch.
Not on my watch. I mean, great effort by Morgan to keep that ball alive. And same should have been said for the Lady Falcons, but they couldn't get it going.
Pimentel. Salazar tips it over. Jade Hall tries to tip it over. Salazar hits the back of the court. So set 4 goes to Solano. We knotted up at 2, heading to a 5th game to 15. And we'll be back.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible, I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
Welcome back to this 5th and final set of this match between Solano and Los Medanos. This game only to 15, not 25. And who do you give your edge to?
Well, right now it's hard to say, but, you know, the Lady Falcons did take control of that 4th set. So let's see if they could get the momentum going for this 5th and final set. As you said, it only goes to 15. So I would imagine the team that comes off the first couple points has the advantage. As we have Vanessa Pimentel serving for the Lady Falcons.
Popping it over. Pimentel, McDermott, DeJesus, Scriven. Salazar pops it over. Scriven again, all off the net. And that, so Solano takes the first point of this 5th set.
Good action at the net by Salazar. She was not intimidated by Scriven driving that ball, and she was able to get it played off the backside of the Lady Mustang.
Scriven, Morgan, DeJesus gets it over. Pimentel over. Scriven again. Pimentel to Christek in the back row. Scriven. And that ball is out. Gina Smith couldn't get up quick enough.
And we're knotted at 1 early in this 5th and final set. And it's do or die right now. There's no more games after this. Whoever can take advantage. We got Angelica Rivas, the freshman for the Lady Mustang serving. But whoever can take advantage of these early points should be able to be the one that wins it.
Scriven. And it seems like they are trying to ride Scriven through this game.
Definitely, man. They jumping on her back and letting her take them to the
promised
win.
land.
Definitely the win, the promised land.
Megan Ryther making her first appearance. Gina Smith serving. Jesus. And Sabolik can't get it over. So climbs to 3-1. DeJesus. Scriven in the middle. Off the net. And so Salazar looking good in this fifth set. Keeping
Definitely.
Scriven off the board.
Definitely. Salazar is meeting her at the net, and with that size advantage, she's able to get a couple inches above Scriven and put that ball right back inside.
Gina Smith serves once again. Baines, DeJesus, Scriven again, pops it over. McDermott with a nice play. Christek gets it over. DeJesus pops it over on two. And that's a double. So this game starting to get away from Los Medanos. So they call it early timeout. 5-1 Solano.
And as I said before, we started this fifth and final match. Whoever was able to jump out a couple points ahead would probably have the momentum and take it. And now we see the Lady Falcons only are 10 points away from winning this match.
Do you think that it might have anything to do with the depth of this team, that they could have more energy and fresher legs in this fifth game?
I think so. I think in the middle of the match, the Lady Falcons seemed a little lethargic and didn't have the chemistry that they needed. And now they seem to have things pulled together, and they are trying to nip this one in the bud. So as we come out this timeout, let's see if they can keep it going, or let's see if the Lady Mustangs, led by Scriven and Vega, can turn things around for the Lady Mustangs.
Yeah, during that timeout, you got a good look of our new athletic director. He's on board with us here at the Solano College Sports Network, and we're happy to keep bringing you action. Scriven once again. And that's touched out of bounds. But if you're Michaela Salazar, you have to live with that. You're going to have to take the good with the bad. You'd rather touch it and have it go out of bounds than miss it.
Definitely. And we have Aubrey DeJesus, freshman setter for the Lady Mustangs, getting ready to serve.
Liu, Pimentel, Christek.
There's that number again, 15. Christek with the left side strike, and the Lady Falcons are up 6-2 as Salazar gets ready to serve.
That's a double. A double by DeJesus. And it seems like Solano has cleaned up their act, and Los Medanos is getting a little bit more muddy.
Yeah. Salazar again, and this time another unforced error for the Lady Falcons right into the net. That's uncalled for. Salazar knows better.
So here's Taylor Scriven.
With the jump shot.
Pimentel. Oh, and that one, that's a good ball by Hope Driscoll. And I've liked what I've seen out of her today.
Yeah, Driscoll's been very consistent out there on the court today. She seems to have everything going, and we have another timeout. Actually, they're going to change sides, I believe.
So they changed sides halfway through this fifth set.
Okay. And with the Lady Falcons up by 5, Mike, do you see them being able to pull away, or do
Yeah,
you think
I think that all the momentum is with Solano right now, and it'd take a pretty big meltdown, a Colin Kaepernick-esque meltdown here for...
Hey, don't remind me, buddy.
I got him on my fantasy team. You think I'm not crying every night because of it?
Yeah.
Scriven. Good up by Gina Smith. Christek. DeJesus. Taylor Morgan. Good touch by Hope Driscoll. 9-3 Solano.
And Driscoll is at the net, and she is doing awesome playing defense and being very aggressive at that net, utilizing her size to make sure that the ball stays on the opposite side.
Giovanna Hill serving.
And Gina
And
Smith.
Coach Williams laughing a little bit. She should have. That ball should have been over.
Definitely.
That Lewis. Vega touched by Driscoll. Smith. DeJesus. Vega again. Gina Smith laying out for that one, but can't get to it. 9-5.
And don't count this Lady Mustang team out. With the likes of Drivens and Vega, they're still in this match. They're down 4 right now, but the Lady Falcons can't let them get back in it.
Woo! Brianna Christek bringing it home.
Brianna Christek with the high heat over the left side of that net.
And this crowd's getting into it. Brianna Christek, she's my favorite for player of the game so far.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm not going to just say that because she has my favorite number. She's been all over the court for the Lady Falcons.
You know, close second, close third is, for me, I like Hope Driscoll. I like what she's done today. I haven't talked about her a lot, but she's been good. She's been solid in that middle position.
Definitely at the net and not scared of Scrivens with the power that she possesses.
Christek from the back row. Oh, good up, but can't get to it, so 10-6.
And that was a little more of that finesse game by Taylor Scrivens, Lindsey Baines. A nice little soft shot to find pay dirt for the Lady Falcons side of the court.
So Lindsey Baines scores a point, gets the serve. That's not how it works, but that usually ends up being how it works. Hope Driscoll swings and almost whiffs, but still gets it over. Gina Smith. Christek over. Scriven keeping it alive. Over to Jeanette Lewis, who hits it into the net, and she's done that a couple of times today.
Definitely, and Jeanette Williams needs to understand that you have to get some elevation on that shot. She's not getting high enough, and she's hitting it right
it's
into
hitting
the
her
net.
in the bottom of the palm and the wrist, as we see the timeout taken by Solano. But yeah, it's hitting her kind of low in the hands, and she's trying to pop it over and get some top spin on it, but she's not getting it high enough.
Exactly, and like as you said, she's hitting the base of her hand, so she's not getting the strike necessary to get it over the net. But as the score sits now 10-7 for the Lady Falcons, as I told you earlier, Mikey, these Lady Mustangs are not going to just throw in the towel, man. They're going to give a good effort, and they're only down 3. So let's see if the Lady Falcons can put this game away, or do Scrivens and Vega have something to say about that?
Yeah, as long as Scriven is on the court, she's not going down. She's not giving up.
At all. And as we come back from the timeout, we have Lindsey Baines getting ready to serve for the Lady Mustangs.
And that ball goes too far. So it's a lot easier to break up a good server if you don't have to actually hit the ball to do it.
Definitely. And it seems that the Lady Falcons come out of timeouts and they're more in tune and sync.
DeJesus, Vega, Liu, Hill, Salazar. The long arm of the law. Long arm of the czar. That's my nickname for her.
Yeah.
Oh, good layout.
By Christek.
Gina Smith gets it over. Vega into the net, and she's upset. She should have had that one.
Not
And this crowd is getting into it.
as they know they're 3 points away from a win for the Lady Falcons.
That's a double. Silly error by DeJesus.
And it seems like the Lady Mustangs have lost their composure. Another timeout by the coach, and let's see if he can bring them together as the Lady Falcons are 2 points away from winning this match.
Yeah, they are definitely 2 points away from winning the match, and you wouldn't have thought that this team was going to win, given that they went down 2-1 after losing back-to-back sets 25-15. But they came out, and it really was set by the start of the game.
Definitely.
For both sets that they lost, they went down 3-0 and 4-0 to begin the sets. In the sets that they've won, they started out with a lead, and I think that goes a long way in determining who wins.
Definitely. And those middle two sets that the Lady Mustangs was able to win, they had a lot more chemistry and cohesion going on, and they seem to have lost that in these later sets. So let's see if the Lady Falcons can continue the momentum and put them away where they have 2 points for the match.
So we are losing cameras left and right. It's been a long day for us at SCSN. So you saw the low battery there. Oh, Gina Smith. But that is a lift. I don't think it was on Gina, but a lift nonetheless. So 13-8.
As Vega gets ready to serve for the Lady Mustangs.
Hill, Salazar.
Vega with the hit. And a little miscommunication by Salazar and Gina Smith.
And I think that was just Salazar trying to do too much. She has to trust Gina Smith to be there. And this time out, it was just to calm down and say, you're playing too hard.
Definitely.
You don't hear that a lot, but you're playing too hard you're overplaying.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to trust your teammates. You have to stay within yourself, stay in your lane, as I like to say. If you can get the ball, get it, but don't go out of your way. You have to trust your teammates. You only have to get 2 more points. That's one side out and one serve, and you're out of here with a win.
And with the rally play, like you said, the Lady Falcons could take advantage of the unforced errors that the Lady Mustangs been coming up with all game. But we have Vega to get ready to serve for the Lady Mustangs.
And Scrivens is in that left front position, outside hitter. Gina Smith. Scriven touched and stays in. Point Mustangs, 13-10. And it is win by 2.
So it's never over till it's over. And if the Lady Mustangs are able to get this point here, they will be right back in this match.
Hill over on 2. Scriven. And they're so afraid of Scriven's power that they don't bother to keep the area right behind the blockers. And Scriven found pay dirt. 13-11, Vega. Gina Smith. Christek from the back row. Too far. So it is now 13-12 on a 4-0 run. 5-0 run by Los Medanos. It is now 13-12.
And Vega serving again for the Lady Mustangs.
Hill. Lewis. Touched. Liu gets it over. Scriven. Liu keeps it alive. Salazar touches it. Scriven keeps it alive.
Double. And as the Lady Falcons get that point there, they are 1 point away from winning this game.
I wasn't sure what happened, but it all looked good to me.
A lot of action at the net there.
Oh, and this one squirts away, keeps it alive, gets it over. Salazar. Oh, that's silly play. 14-13. You have to win by 2. So if Solano can get a point here, they win the game. Otherwise, they got to get 2 in a row.
As Angelica Rivas is set to serve for the Lady Mustangs.
Salazar. Ooh, and that's a big point, as it is the game winner. Salazar powers it down. Come from behind victory after going down 2-1. They come back and win set 4 and set 5 to take this game from the Los Medanos Lady Mustangs. And Kareem, what did you see here today?
Oh, man, it was great action. You know, the Lady Falcons started off on their right foot. They kind of lost their way towards the middle of the match, where you alluded to earlier that the Lady Mustangs won the set of 2 and 3. But the Lady Falcons found a way to get back, and now as they go to clap hands and say good game to one another, who would you think would be the player of the games on the Lady Falcon side?
You know, I got to go with the girl we've been talking about all day, Brianna Christek, the Best Buy player of the game, number 15. And without her production today, I don't think Solano comes close to winning this game.
You're right, man. Christek was all over the court. She had some outstanding plays, some outstanding saves. And I'm not just saying that because I like the number. She's a great player. Now, what about for the side of the Lady Mustangs?
I mean, it's got to be Taylor Scriven. There's no doubt. I mean, she and Anna Vega.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them, they would have been swept, I believe.
Definitely. Scrivens and Vega with that tandem, they kept their team in the game. And, you know, that's going to be it, folks. So thanks for tuning in to another fine sports broadcast of the SCN. And this is your guy, Kareem Watson, alongside with Mike, the money man,
McLeod.
McLeod.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks, folks.